This is what it looks like when a pepper plant is looking for light. So this plant here just kept growing up through the shelving unit and up to there. Well, believe it or not, I am still harvesting. We're in late October, and there's some tomatoes. Now I am taking in tomatoes that are more green than red at this point in hopes of saving them, and the others are splitting. So this, I think, puts another data point in the favor of my overall theory of what happens here at this garden in Portland, Oregon, that our tomatoes don't often succumb first to frost, they succumb to rain. And that is that, you know, the tomatoes that I'm throwing out, the ones that are bad, are splitting because of all the wet. It's been very wet this week, which is normal for our area this time of year. And you know, even the ones that look good, I would say that their taste is off. They're watery, or they just don't taste as good. So I think, yeah, the rain really kind of is what destroys tomatoes for us in this garden way before frost actually occurs. You know, looking at the weather report, we don't have any frost in the schedule, at least for now and through the beginning of November. So I think, you know, I'll lose most of my tomatoes to the rain, and because I'm cutting back the foliage as I go, you know, there's not enough light and heat for new ones to really grow, and so they'll just kind of peter out is what I think will happen here. But I'll keep at it to see if my theory is wrong, if my tomatoes are otherwise surviving and then the frost ultimately kills them. Hopefully if I can stay disciplined in my tomato management until then, we'll see the truth of this analysis. Well, today I'm processing my leeks. I've had these harvested for about a week and a half. I've got a whole bunch of them, and yeah. I am peeling back the dirty parts, trimming the roots. Chopping off the excess green and washing them up. French sorrel. It is a vigorous plant in the garden right now, so I am in the process of harvesting it. I like to eat it fresh in the garden because I like that kind of tangy citrus bite that the leaf has, so it's fun to kind of chew on sometimes. But I have never actually eaten it in a recipe. I have a mentor who says that she loves cream of sorrel soup. I've yet to try that, but that sounds delicious, like a delicious idea. Anyway, that's what this is. That's what I'm up to here. Hello. Well, today I'm in the greenhouse and I am trimming up the pepper plants. I am just cutting them back to make them a little bit shorter and easier for me to take into the basement nursery when it's time. I won't do that immediately. I'll probably give it another month, but I'm trimming them now, getting what is probably the last harvest off them. Although, you know, if it stays reasonably warm in here, it gets to a high of about 75 in here during the day. But at night it goes down as low as it goes down outside. So our nights here at the PDX Garden Home have been kind of in the 40s, and it's that way inside here as well. So the peppers are not going to fare very well. Peppers and eggplants are not going to fare very well going forward. So I'm just trimming them up and getting them prepared, getting my last harvest on them. That's kind of what I'm up to today. And then we'll see how many of these I ultimately keep by putting them in the basement. Last year when I put them in the basement nursery, I found it really didn't take that much light to get them to stay alive, and not only stay alive, but in some cases fruit. You know, kind of almost indirect fluorescent light seemed like it was working for them. So it seemed like they were much more they were much more happy to have the warmth of the basement nursery than they were worried about not having enough light. Anyway, those are my thoughts. We'll see how it may go this year.
This week's harvest includes melons.
Yes, melons from the greenhouse, peppers from the greenhouse, Chinese lanterns for decoration, leeks, sorrel, lettuce, broccoli, and finally, more kale. This is a new squash for us, so we're gonna make it tonight and see how it goes.